So anyway, we got more trash. This trash is from an elected official who is very, well, he's a loser. It's Josh Hawley. This is from an Axios thing on HBO, as it says Axios on HBO. Josh Hawley here, who very famous. Hold on, I'm sure you've seen this. If you've ever seen anything about Josh Hawley, this this is going around. This is going around Twitter the other day. A really great picture of just the raw masculinity of Josh Hawley. Like, look at that. That is like, that's close to a kiss. Like, they definitely look like they're enjoying that smooch right there, and that they love each other very much. There's a, you know how you kiss somebody and your lips curl into your own head? You know what I mean? Like, what a bond they share. What a glorious, loving, and there's a little bit of a hand on an arm there. Not bad. Some physical contact. Oof. Oh, I hope leave room for Jesus, guys. Wow, that's spicy. So anyway, here's Josh Hawley talking about masculinity, because he is definitely the arbiter of that, and what we should believe about masculinity. Masculinity is under attack, chat. Okay, is that third base? That might be. I think we've rounded the bases. We're back on second. You know what I mean? It's like 6 bases. That's very, very heavy, hot and heavy stuff.
Senator, you gave a pretty hot speech at the National Conservatism Conference in Orlando. You talked about the left's attack on men of America.
Yeah.
Why masculinity as your new big issue?
That was a weird way to say masculinity. Masculinity. Very strange.
Well, I think what the left is doing is attacking America. They're
Ooh, that's true. We're attacking America, chat.
saying that America is systemically oppressive and men are systemically responsible.
Woo! Men is systemically oppressive, and America is systemically oppressive. Men are responsible for the oppression. I mean, in some cases, yeah, men are responsible for certainly a tremendous aspect of oppression. But that doesn't mean that like men are inherently oppressive. And I think only a baby would think that. Like someone with a tiny baby brain, if they heard the men responsible for oppression are white men, you know what I mean? Or the people responsible for oppression are white men. And then it doesn't mean all white men are responsible for that. It definitely means that, you know, there happens to be a historical track record of this thing, and it's pretty hard to disagree with that if you've read a book. Literally pick a book, any of them. You'd be like, yeah, well, white guys were probably in charge of that. You know what I mean? Happens all the time. Try finding a book where white guys don't share power at some point in the story. It's pretty normal. What? Harry Potter. Oh, whoops.
What's a man to you? Paint a picture.
What's a man? Well, a man is a father, a man is a husband, a
Wait.
man is somebody who takes responsibility as
Wait.
conservatives.
Wait. I thought a man was a collection of testosterone gametes and stuff. What do you mean? I thought a man was a penis and chromosomes and you know, testosterone. These are conceptual societal things. Does Josh Hawley think being a man is socially constructed? What a based... Wow. What a base take. Whew. Men are penises. That's true. I'm a penis. That's definitely how I deal with my masculinity. I just think, oh, penis. And if I don't think penis, well, then I'm not a man anymore, right? That's how it works. You guys think about penis a lot?
We've got to call men back to responsibility. We've got to say that spending your time not working, and we have more and more men who are not working, spending your time on video games, spending your time watching porn online while doing nothing is not good for you, your family, or this country.
Spending your time not working and just watching porn, baby. I guess by Hawley's standards, we've already solved the fatherless crisis since all single mothers are men. That's true. Yep. Men are not surprisingly a biological male. Men are more ephemeral than that, which is cool and based. So that's pretty good. His Is anyone here playing Splitgate named Harold Penisman? Damn, we got a Splitgate fam out there. Hell yeah. Jake thought about corn once instead of penises, and look what happened. I mean, just look at me. A train wreck. All I do all day is hanging on the internet and jack off. Like, what do you think I'm doing right this second? Do you think I've been just sitting here being non-sexually stimulated this whole time? You'd be surprised to learn that I have not been. I've been rock hard this entire time. Because I'm a man, okay?
So a viewer's watching this and they're thinking, really? What the liberals are doing are going to push me to watch Pornhub more or play Donkey Kong more? Do you mean that?
Donkey Kong? Did he say Donkey Kong there? Also, what? This is like a picture of Josh Hawley smiling if you told an AI to describe like a bad guy in a movie's smile. What a weird smile.
More? Do you mean that literally? Or play Donkey Kong more? Do you mean that literally?
This guy's not doing a very good job of the interview. His mouth is not working the way he wants it to work. You mean literal? Okay, let's see what Josh Hawley has to say. Do you think that the left is going to make us watch Pornhub and play Donkey Kong? Like video game Donkey? Is that who we're talking about? Yes, I think about penises all the time, but I'm usually thinking about doing things to them. Thanks for the 100 biddies.
Well, what I mean literally is that I think the liberal attack, the left-wing attack on manhood says to men, you're part of the problem. It says that your masculinity is inherently problematic. It's inherently oppressive.
What's your...
Does it? Do we say that masculinity is inherently oppressive? Because I've never heard someone say that. Not once. Usually the take is, Josh, by the way, would be very surprised. But, of course, Josh, you have an open invite to the Corn Crew. I can't imagine it would happen. For some strange reason, elected officials just refuse to debate me on Twitch. God, can you imagine? Can you imagine if Josh Hawley was such a fucking loser that he said yes? That he would say yes to having a conversation with me in my fucking corn suit? That's when we really know the American experiment has been just dropped off a cliff. I demand respect, sir. Anyway, what the usual take is about masculinity is that there are aspects of masculinity, or rather, there are aspects of what we as a society say is masculinity: aggression, control, physicality, stuff like that, violence. We say that those are good things in some scenarios. Lots of scenarios where they probably shouldn't. And then, you know, I think it's pretty obvious to everybody that there are aspects of society that are not good things. And that's okay to understand that there are not good things about masculinity or about society in general, of which masculinity is part, right? I've definitely engaged in behavior that I wouldn't engage in today. Like when we were kids in the 90s and early 2000s, we used gay as a pejorative. Like, hey, that's gay. I wouldn't do that today. And I think that's toxic. And I know that's not specifically masculinity. However, it used to come up in areas where you would question another person's masculinity. What, are you gay, bro? You know what I mean? And like, knowing that none of us actually did give a shit. Like, for my part, I don't recall actually any of us being truly homophobic and we had gay friends. But like the what are you gay aspect to it is still like toxic. It's not a good thing to bring up. It hurts people, right? This is a toxic thing that me and my friends that I'm still friends with today, have all addressed that, and we stopped doing it. We just don't do it anymore. It's not part of our lexicon. Things about like slut shaming. Men can go out and have sex with dozens of partners, and it's cool. Women can have sex with 3 or 4 partners, and it's like slutty. And it's like, come on, man. This is an aspect of toxic masculinity. There's lots of stuff that goes into it, and you guys get it. It's not just that. And sometimes there's really good stuff about masculinity. Of course there is. Lots of great stuff about masculinity. You know what I mean? Like, I would say fatherhood is something that we obviously is a masculine thing. You can't be a father without being masculine necessarily, although your masculinity can be, different. You know what I mean? It can be, Josh Hawley probably wouldn't consider it masculinity, but you and I know that masculinity can go all around. And if you are a father, if you identify as such, you identify a lot of those aspects of your fatherhood with your version of masculinity. And us understanding that masculinity doesn't have to be this like broad, burly lumberjack. It can be, your cute little femboy that cooks muffins in the kitchen but is a good dad, you know what I mean? Or just isn't a dad at all and just cooks cute muffins. That's a version of masculinity that exists. You know what I mean? And this is a cool thing. It's cool to have this diversity among manhood and however it goes. And of course, you don't have to be biologically male to be a man or to experience masculinity. And lots of people, even the tomboy exists. Those are almost universally cis women. That if you're considered a tomboy, Mr. Krabs, thanks so much for the 10 months. There's so many things that are cool about masculinity in however it manifests, even if it's like super manly. A big lumberjack making a fire at the camp, that's a masculine man thing, but it can be a very nice thing. Also, turns out you don't have to be a man to have masculine traits, nor do you have to be a woman to have feminine traits. These are all things that intermix, and it's sort of what makes each one of us unique. And also, for the record, masculinity and femininity are obviously socially constructed. There's no line, which is why it's really hard for Josh Hawley to say like, oh, what's a man? And he says like, oh, it's fatherhood. It's working hard. It's like, can women not be good parents or work hard? Of course they can. Super weird. Dr. J. Zoidberg, thanks for the tier 1 for first time, dude. Appreciate it.
Basis for
they aren't mutually exclusive. Yeah,
linking that to what liberals or the left, as you would say, do. Is that based on data or based on a hunch?
Well, it's policy over many years. I mean, if you look at the policy of deindustrialization, those are policy choices.
Deindustrialization is an anti-masculine policy choice? What the fuck? How is deindustrialization anti-masculine? Men need to be pushing buttons in factories or we're just little bitches? Huh. It's pretty odd. What? You know what's interesting? I don't see Josh Hawley taking part in industrialization. Not very blue collar. Are you not a very big manly man, Josh?
Mike pursued over many years.
Wait, how does that connect to porn?
Oh, well, you've got men, 16 million men, Mike, who are idle, who don't have anything to do. Now, partly that's their own responsibility, but also partly it's because jobs have dried up.
Okay, so you're telling them to get jobs and not look at porn or something. Although, based on how he kisses who I assume is his wife, maybe he could use a little more passion in the bedroom, you know what I'm saying?
In many cities across America and rural areas too. I think you put together lack of jobs, you put together fatherlessness, you put together the social messages that we teach our kids in school. I think we've got to confront that. And
what social messages do we teach our kids in school insofar as masculinity is concerned? Source on 60 million men. I just think that's an unemployment number. It doesn't matter. We could steel man it and just say, fine, 16 million are unemployed and idle and watch porn. That's fine. we could steel man that and still be like, what's wrong with that? I have no idea what is wrong with 16 million men not being employed. Besides the fact that you commodify survival necessities and they need jobs to survive. But I mean, like, as far as like an ethical question for them personally, like what if they don't want to work? What if all 16 million men choose not to work? Why is that a bad thing inherently? I don't know. It's only from the perspective of a capitalist that needs labor to make his money that you would have that opinion, I think.
It's effects.
Anyway, so that's the end of the Josh Hawley thing. Josh Hawley, not a bright fella. Not a bright fella. And apparently scared of whatever. His masculinity must be incredibly flimsy if he's worried about the left saying stuff like, you can be nice to people without sacrificing your masculinity. In fact, I would argue, have you guys seen Ted Lasso? I would argue there is nothing more masculine in the world than being a supportive friend to your fellow kings and queens and just general non-binary royalty throughout the land. You know what I'm saying? Like my boys, okay? My boys, all right? My ride or die boys in the group chat, the football group chat, by the way, the manliest sport of all. All right? We've all been playing fantasy football for years, okay? And we have had this beautiful friendship. It's gone from like traditionally masculine, where we're sort of toxic a little bit, because we've been friends since I worked at McDonald's, dude. This has been a long time, okay? And slowly over the years, as we've matured, we have all bloomed into adulthood, bloomed into our 30s, and really started to understand what it is to be a good person. And all of us are very supportive of one another. We're very open-minded. We have really great conversations. We gas each other up. Like it's not like any other friend group I've ever been part of in a manly space. And I mean, these are all cis men. One of which we'll see, but like two of which are definitely a little more fluid sexually. The rest of us are just straight guys for the most part. Although maybe three of us, but like for the most part, we're just cishet white guys. You know what I mean? It's like. And we come from all over places. There's people from the South. There's people from the Midwest. People from the East Coast. A couple people out west. Like, and it's just a very diverse, fun sort of group. Yeah, I'm in my 30s. Yeah, I'm looking good though. And I don't know. It's just been a beautiful sort of friendship. And again, this is a fucking football chat, dude. We're bros, right? I'm a himbo, guys. I don't know if you guys realize this. You don't spend a lot of time here. The himbo might not come across very strong, but I'm a big fucking himbo, dude. And we have an incredibly wholesome group of friends, man. It's such a nice thing. And there's nothing not masculine about it. I mean, one of the guys there is a fucking executive chef. One of the guys there is one of the pharmacists who was on the front lines of the pandemic and is part of the reason that a lot of you in the Midwest got vaccines, and that's true. One of them is a fucking doctor who spent his entire COVID desperately battling for everyone to be okay. I mean, we got dudes that work in finance. We got dudes that are just me. We got me. You know what I mean? We got dudes that just, work customer service jobs. It's all over the place, and we all connect, and we're from different places. We have different backgrounds, and it's a very masculine place. More of a Jimbo. Need to be sent to the Shadow Realm? Oh no. More of a Jimbo, huh? But anyway, I guess the point is, like, you can have positive masculinity and still have it be unequivocally masculine. Unequivocally? I think that's the better one. Unequivocally masculine. Like, dare say Jake is my favorite himbo. Hell yeah! Woo! Anyway, that's the end of the Josh Hawley video. I love your faces.